Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This part is part 3 of chapter 2, Belief, in which I will brief Hadith number 21 to 30. Hadith number 21 of chapter 2, narrated Abdullah bin Amr. A person asked Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam what sort of deeds in or what qualities of Islam are good. He replied, to feed the poor and greet those whom you know and those whom you don't know. Hadith 22 of chapter 2. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet ﷺ said, I was shown the hellfire and that the majority of its dwellers were women who were ungrateful. It was asked, do they disbelieve in Allah or are they ungrateful to Allah? He, the Prophet replied, they are ungrateful to their husbands and are ungrateful for the favors and the good charitable deeds done to them. If you have always been good, benevolent to one of them, and then she sees something in you not of her liking, she will say, I have never received any good from you. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 23 of chapter 2, narrated al-Marur. At Rabada, I met Abu Dhar who was wearing a cloak, and his slave too was wearing a similar one. I asked about the reason for it. He replied, I abused a person by calling his mother with bad names. The Prophet said to me, O Abu Dhar, did you abuse him by calling his mother with bad names? You still have some characteristics of ignorance. Your slaves are your brothers, and Allah has put them under your command. So whoever has a brother under his command should feed him of what he eats and dress him of what he wears. Don't ask them, means the slaves, to do things beyond their capacity. And if you do so, then help them. Hadith 24 of chapter 2, narrated Al-Ahnaf bin Qais. While I was going to help this man, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Abu Bakr met me and asked, where are you going? I replied, I am going to help that person. He said, go back, for I have heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, when two Muslims meet each other with their swords, both the murderer as well as the murdered will go to the hellfire. I said, O Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is all right for the murderer, but what about the murdered one? Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, he surely had the intention to kill his companion. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 25 of chapter 2, narrated Abdullah. When the following verse was revealed, it is those who believe and confuse not their belief with wrong worshipping others besides Allah. The companions of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked, who is amongst us who had not done injustice or who has done wrong? Allah revealed, no doubt, joining others in worship with Allah is a great injustice indeed. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 26 of chapter 2, narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet ﷺ said, the signs of a hypocrite are 3. Whenever he speaks, he tells a lie. Number 2, whenever he promises, he always breaks it. Number 3, if you trust him, he proves to be dishonest. If you keep something as a trust with him, he will not return it. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 27 of chapter 2, narrated Abdullah bin Amr, the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever has the following 4 characteristics will be a pure hypocrite, and whoever has one of the following 4 characteristics will have one characteristic of hypocrisy unless and until he gives it up. Whenever he is entrusted, he betrays. Number 2, whenever he speaks, he tells a lie. Number 3, whenever he makes a covenant, he proves treacherous. Whenever he quarrels, he behaves in a very imprudent, evil, and insulting manner. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 28 of chapter 2, narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, whoever establishes the prayers on the night of Qadr out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward, not to show off, then all his past sins will be forgiven. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 29 of chapter 2, narrated by Abu Huraira. The Prophet ﷺ said, the person who participates in holy battles in Allah's cause and nothing compels him to do so except belief in Allah and His apostles will be recompensed by Allah either with a reward or if he survives or will be admitted to the paradise. Or if he is killed in the battle as a martyr, had I not found it difficult for my followers, then I would not remain behind any Syria going for jihad, and I would have loved to be martyred in Allah's cause and then made alive, and then martyred and then made alive, and then martyred in His cause. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadees 30 of chapter 2, narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, whoever establishes prayers during the nights of Ramadan, faithfully, out of sincere faith, and hoping to attain Allah's rewards, not for showing off, all his past sins will be forgiven.